So welcome back, guys, to episode 2. We're here with Trinity. And today we're going to speak about Trinity and Associates,
Okay.
the business that you own.
Yeah, thank you.
Very, 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 very good business. I'm definitely going to put everything in the links below. If you need any, he's going to explain a little bit about this business and what they do and what they cover. And if you guys need any assistance, anything like that, I'm sure this episode is going to help you with that, where you can contact him and speak to him about them. So, Mr. Trinity,
Yes, sir.
can you tell us a little bit about your business, Trinity and Associates? Who's the founders? Is there any members? What do you do? When did it start?
Thank you for having me. So Trinity and Associates basically works with people.
Okay.
The idea, the main premise of our business is to get the most out of people. So because we believe there's a misconception that you get a personal life and a professional life.
Yeah.
But what we know is that you get one life, and we want you to get the best out of that one life. So we work with professionals, leaders, entrepreneurs, and so forth. So ideally, our main clients are your universities, your corporates, and communities, of course. So when we say getting the most out of people, we feel that people do not live in the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, most people are either concerned about the future or they are worried about the past. So the idea for us, we want people to be more productive in life, to be happier, to be more present. And it sounds very simple, but it's quite a lot of work that we do with people. So we work on, different topics, whether it's your finances, whether it's relationships, all around just wellness, whatever they call now mental well-being and so forth. Just a person really getting the most out of them when they're working in their business and so forth. So in general, that's what we do.
Okay, it seems like it's well-rounded. And I have a feeling that your core business is people.
Of course.
Your core business, and it's not to take from people, but it's to empower people.
It's
to help them grow, to help them to become a better person, whether it be in finance, whether it be in the relationship, whether it be in other aspects of their lives that they may be struggling with. Now let me ask you this. Do you think that with especially with regards to finance now, and in this country, do you think that a 4-day working week, because everybody wants to know, well, do you think that will work in South Africa?
Absolutely. I think you can even work 3 days. This is going to sound very controversial. But look, it's not so much about the number of days. I hear people bragging about they wake up at 3 a.m. and then they sleep. But then we ask the question, how much did you get done within that time? So the 4-week day from a legislative or policy perspective, I think it's a great initiative. You see, we want people, like it's in line with what we do in our work. We want people to spend more time with their families. We want people to be present. You see, so many people get divorced. So many people, children have parents who are all over the place because, executives are not spending time with their family. So we really encourage that and we support that. But behind the curtain of this idea, there is something much more important that we should note. So if you have your executives and people that work and so forth having more time to be present in their lives, we encourage that. In fact, we're saying even if you work 2 hours a day, we want you to be more productive. For example, if you live in any of these big cities, whether it's Cape Town, Joburg, Durban, or any other global city, you're going to spend 2 hours in traffic. Right? And then you get to work, you're not present, you're tired. And then you hit another 2 hours, and then you get load shedding, and then you have all these multiple problems. So, in essence, when you're working, are you delivering value to yourself, to your client, to your business? That's what's most important. It's not so much about the number it's about the quality of the time that you're spending. I don't know if I've answered.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
So you heard it from him. He says that we can work 3 days a week. So tell your boss. Tell your boss. He says 3 days.
No, we don't want to get people into trouble. We don't want to get people into trouble. However, for me, I believe that if you can show your boss that, look, you can work 3 days a week and make your boss so much money, you also make yourself so much money, and you deliver the highest value to the client, I don't think anybody will have a problem with that.
No, that's true. So, with our current economic situation in South Africa, you have a choice. And the choice is Joburg or Cape Town.
With the current,
With now, I know that's a broad spectrum there, but with building a business. Financially stable, Joburg or Cape Town. Just remember, let me just throw in there, throw a wheel in the spanner there and say that Cape Town is currently getting 100,000 people semigrating every year. So it seems that it's shifting. We already have a stock exchange here. And yes, we know the stock exchange is in Johannesburg, but it seems like everything is shifting and coming to Cape Town. So it's saying that. What do you think? What do you think now? And what do you think where the future will be there?
Look, man, we love Cape Town, and I know you are biased.
Yeah.
You're obviously trying to point me to us.
We've got the mountains.
Look, it's a beautiful city. I love it here. I absolutely love it here. I'm also very, fond of Joburg. And to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter where you work. I always believe that wherever I stand, it's holy ground. So if I'm making a lot of money in Joburg and I come to Cape Town, surely I did not leave my sense of my consciousness there in Joburg. I believe that wherever you are, you carry yourself there. So, on the outside, when it comes to the conditioning and to the conditions and all the things that we see, physically, there's much more that's going on inside. I'm not trying to be too spiritual about this, but what I can say is that every time you have a thriving business, the right people will always be sent to you, regardless whether you're in Durban, Cape Town, Joburg, New York, Paris, wherever. So I encourage, though, from my own perspective, for people to be able to travel, have businesses in all certain areas. There's no problem with setting up a house and shop here in Cape Town and also having the same in Joburg. For example, I'll just give you a personal example. I spent almost 10 years in Cape Town and I spent another 10 years in Joburg, and I've equally grown a large network in those cities. And then that has also allowed me to grow a global network.
And you've met me.
Yes, of course. I've met you, I've met people that you know, and now I have access to your network. You also have access to my network. So what's happening in Cape Town is beautiful. The practical things that I've seen, there seems to be more, when it comes to energy, for example, the stock market that you mentioned, the real estate is booming everywhere. I must say it's obviously pushing prices up. But look, all that doesn't matter as long as you're making a hectic lot of money, right? At the end of the day, as long as you are making so much money and you're creating wealth, and look, the bank balance, whatever we have in our bank balance, doesn't really reflect the value that we have. We have infinite capacity to create.
True.
I don't know if that addresses everything, but of course, I mean, look, when it comes to the environment, when it comes to how the city of Cape Town looks, it's always, we always enjoy coming here and all of that. But the opportunities are everywhere, Therefore, you should be able to work from wherever you want.
And I think also when you say the opportunities are everywhere, I think it's just practically a mindset. As to if you want to put your mind to it, you won't know where it's going to end up unless you try.
Of course.
You won't know if your business is going to succeed unless you put in the work.
Yes.
So if you think that creating a channel and not doing any contact, how are you going to grow?
Of course, of course.
So the same with your finances. If you don't look at avenues in where to make some extra money, your finances is not going to grow. And you know, like I said before, that there's a lot of things that I learn from you,
Okay.
and that I take from you. And sometimes you try to apply it. Every situation is not the same, and sometimes the way you think and the way you do certain things will differ.
I'm learning from your setup here. I'm learning so much, but sorry to interrupt
No,
you.
that's fine.
Sorry to interrupt. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's fine. The thing is that this whole platform is basically to get to know people.
Yeah, absolutely.
To get to know who you've spoken about in the previous episode, that it's about people. It's about communicating with people, getting to know people, and that is what this platform is also about.
Absolutely.
It's getting to know who Trinity is.
Absolutely.
Getting to know what your business is, what you do. Finding out that you are a DJ.
Absolutely.
Finding out, there's different aspects to it, and that is what the platform is about.
100%.
It's not to go and make money out of it, but it's there to inform other people. These people that come with businesses like yours and they need help or assistance.
Absolutely.
Companies that need help and assistance, they know where to go because the avenue was there. So, the thing is that through all of this stuff, at the end of the day, it's all about the people. Everything that we do is about the people.
100%.
So, is there anything before we go on a financial aspect where people maybe they don't know what the next step might be going forward? Maybe just to start saving. Maybe what would you recommend?
Thank you. That is a great question, and of course with the time that we have, I probably won't do justice to this, but there are two critical things that I've learned. This is not my original idea. This is something that I've learned from people that I highly respect.
Okay.
One is that you need to have what they call a joy money account. So joy, basically being a joyful person. Now this is contrary to all the economics that I've learned and finances and stuff. It's not about debits and credits. So basically, you yourself as a resource, right? You have infinite capacity to create. So whenever you're doing well, whether not even well, like whenever let's say you earn 100 rand. Yes, you can save a 10 rand, but you need to also maybe have a 10, 20 rand that you spend on yourself, reward yourself. It's a joy money. It's not about buying, no. It's about knowing that you're doing well. And the more you do that, you uplift your spirit and you invite a lot of money to yourself. By appreciating yourself, by having self-awareness that no, money is not going to run out. Because why do people not spoil themselves? Because I'm going to run out, right? So it's a mentality that I've learned, like rewarding, oneself. I'm not talking about wasting money, but I'm saying spending your money on good, or spending money on your family, on your friend. Just that, I tell you how many times we have done that, and money just sort of flows in and out, in and out. So the money needs to flow. It needs to flow, and it's not going to flow when you pinch the pocket. So there's that joy. So wherever there's joy, there's liberty, there's freedom. So this is not a complex economic concept. No, the joy money account, you have money that you reward yourself happily, not begrudgingly. That's one thing. Then the second concept is the economic freedom fund, not the political EFF. No. So the economic freedom fund, basically we're saying here, if you get another example, if you have 100 rand, for example, and you spend 80 rand, maybe you save 10 rand, you do all this, nothing fancy budgeting, have a 20 rand that you put on a project that is going to give you that freedom from always not working. Because the more you grow that, you see, the 20 bucks, you put a project, you started your channel, for example. Let's say you sell mesh, right? Or you do another project while you're working a full-time job and so forth, building another asset, another income generating asset That's why I call it an economic freedom fund,
Yeah.
right? The more you do this, it grows into another,
Yes.
and you don't need to borrow from anybody.
True.
And there's something amazing that happens when you do that. Like when you start something like that, somehow God likes to partner. It's clean.
Yeah.
It's clean energy. It's clean, and there's confidence because you know where the money is coming from, and you know it's not going to finish.
Yeah.
That's the best financial advice I can ever
Sure.
give to people.
And you see, the thing is also, when you say that God likes to partner, He would then come and partner with you. He gives you the necessary wisdom
Absolutely.
to deal with the situations that you go through, or starting a business. Sometimes we think that it's our own understanding, but it's Him actually giving that to us.
This is beyond our understanding.
Yeah.
So, the right people, the right resources,
Yeah.
the right timing, the right project
Yeah.
will be there.
Sure. Yeah. Now, before we go, I know I said we're gonna go.
Okay, all right.
Now, there's also something that that I was thinking about now. Is that, for example, I don't have any money, right? For example, I'm not speaking that over me,
Okay.
but what I'm saying as example, I don't have any money
Okay.
to just waste,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
But I've got, your petrol money, you've got your food and stuff like that. But now, for example, now I'm walking in the road. I don't have money to just throw at anything. But now I go to a fisheries
Okay.
and I buy myself or my family parcel fish and chips.
Yes.
You walk past
Yes.
and then you think to yourself, but this guy, how can this guy say you don't have money, but look what he's buying? How is it, how do you deal with like something like that? Because there's a lot of people, especially in our different cultures, that if you say you don't have and they see you go to the shop to buy stuff,
Yeah.
just remember it's food.
Yeah.
You need to feed your family.
Yes, yes.
So if you look at the aspect of buying groceries to cook food is more expensive
Yes. Yes.
than when you're buying takeaways.
Yeah.
But when people see you buy takeaways, they say that you have a lot of money.
It's sadly, this is an observation that we see all the time. It's the money conditioning. It's the conditioning that we grew up with. I can promise you, I was also in that mindset at some point where we judge by appearances.
Yeah.
And I think any spiritual book will tell you, you should never judge by appearances.
Sure.
See, what you see is not really what's in here. That's what's most important. So, what have you in your house? Give that little,
Yeah.
whether it's a little oil or whatever it is. And it is that joy. So, the tithing, the giving, the forgiving,
Yeah.
all that is what flows. So you have some sort of, you have the manna that you have within that is trapped, the imprisoned splendor that needs to come out. That's the sort of mentality that we need to have. People don't realize how much they have walking around. People do not realize how much wealth, infinite, not even something that one can count. So many things. Can you imagine the things that maybe we have had tough times when you were like, oh my goodness, when is this going to end? And somehow the problem is solved without
Yes.
your help whatsoever.
Yes.
Where does that come from? So this is the mentality that people need to understand, that your job is to be an instrument. Your job is to be a transparency.
Yeah.
You are in partnership with God, right? Your job is to stay still and listen to that inner still small voice. It can come through people being thrown in your direction as clients. It can come through as material for building a studio, whatever it is. You see those things, that's all you need to do. The problem is, like, we like to be in control.
Yeah.
And I hope I've answered that, but
Yeah,
mostly it's a conditioning. We have a lot of scarcity because we have a scarcity mindset. We actually don't realize the amount of resources we have because we are so limited, we are so conditioned, we are always thinking, I don't have. And as you said earlier, it's almost like speaking that into existence.
Yeah.
I am is infinitely wealthy.
Yeah. Sure. Guys, apologies for my dog. Probably gonna hear apologies for my dog. But that was quite interesting. That was it's a lot of thought.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things that a person needs to think of. So before you go, where can people get you? On what platforms can they find you?
So we have a YouTube channel. Hopefully we can also get to see that these episodes on there. We are on Instagram, Trinity and Associates, also on Facebook, and then LinkedIn. I think on LinkedIn we have a much bigger following there. But otherwise, you see us. We have a website. I'm sure you will show the link for that website. Yes, but we are everywhere. We are growing. We're a very small company. We are growing. We are more of a partnership where we have associates. You know, we work with different people. We might get even an opportunity to work with you. We are always looking for the right people to work with, as long as it involves making sure that we're getting the most out of people.
Guys, I'm going to link everything in the description below. And then if you need any assistance, any help, give them a call, inbox them, email them, and I'm sure there is something that they will be able to help you with. So check us out on the next episode. And thanks again for coming around.
Thank you. It was really an honor to be here.
I mean, you flew all the way just for this. But we'll catch you guys the next time.
Okay, great. Thank you.